correctly with the correct amount.
That was awesome! The Lake of Burning Suffering by Pyrrah from their album Eternal Cremation. You know, when I first heard Christine sing, I was amazed by her powerful vocals and the way the band plays in sync with each other. You gotta see this band live if you ever get the chance. They can shake the foundations off any building for sure. To check out Pyrrah's music, log on to myspace.com/PyrrahBand or Pyrrah.ca and grab your copy of Eternal Cremation. They have some sweet merchandise too. Pyrrah is working on a full-length CD to satisfy the hungry metalheads around the world. Hi, DJ Tina here, host of HMTV Canada E-Zine. With me today is a special guest. Please welcome Christine, vocalist for the band Pyrrah. Hi Christine, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
Good. I must admit, I love your vocals. You have a very pretty voice. I was amazed when I heard the deep growls exploding from the great dynamic tone. Where did you learn how to sing in such a powerful way?
Well, I first started, I guess you could say, doing death metal vocals at the very first metal show I went to. It was an In Flames show, and I was just kind of dreaming along and suddenly decided to go for something lower and just kind of came out. And after that, I was, I guess, working on it, and at some point I decided to get some lessons. I contacted Melissa Cross down in New York, and I've had several lessons with her, and that has helped immensely. And yeah, that and a lot of practice, and yeah, that's about it, I guess.
Do you have any influences for your singing?
I certainly do. As far as male vocalists go, one of my main influences is Maurizio from Cataclysm. I just love his voice. I find it so powerful. Then the Bloodbath, both vocalists, Mike and Peter, are amazing. I just admire their work so much. As far as female vocalists, Zdenka Prado, I hope I pronounced that properly. She is amazing. She's a great person. We opened for them when they came to Toronto, and she was just amazing. I can't put it any other way. And, of course, there's Dana Duffy from the early 90s, especially her work with Mythic. She's probably one of the first females to even go out there and try doing death metal, so obviously a huge influence.
Pyrrah's killer performance is sweet, and the vocals and instruments are in sync with the sound coming out of all the band members. It's enough to shake foundations off any building. Does the band spend lots of time rehearsing before their live shows?
Oh, definitely. We try to get together at least once a week. Before a show, maybe twice a week. So lots of practicing.
I really dig how your song track, Human Debris, represents your band name Pyrrah. The myth of a great flood and nothing left but a handful of humans to repopulate the earth, and Sleepwalkers reminds me of zombies. Well, all the lyrics are graphic in nature. What inspires or motivates you to write intelligent lyrics that are strong in imagery and filled with destruction, suffering, and damnation?
Well, get inspiration everywhere. You know, there's a lot of suffering and gore and everything in history, in mythology. It's not that hard to find things. I just think people don't realize how interesting and gory our past has been.
Yeah, I think you're right, because a lot of it's not known in the media, or a lot of it's blotted out of the media.
Yeah, or even, like, we have a newer song called The Resurrectionists, which is about something that was very common in the early 1800s, where people would go and unearth fresh corpses from the graveyards to bring to anatomy schools.
Wow.
So they would go out in the middle of the night, and they would pay attention to when there was a funeral that had just happened, and they would dig out the corpse and then stuff it in a bag and drag it down to the anatomy school. You know, it's things we don't hear about in common history, but it has happened. It's out there, you know.
I think that's what the audience, they love to hear about, like, things that's happened like this and that you don't hear in the media every day.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's different from what a lot of bands are doing, and it's different from what you hear.
Right. Can you tell us about your EP, Eternal Cremation, from which these great song tracks are sparking a great flame to fame, such as the journey this album has taken from the recording to the final production?
Oh, goodness. Well, the songs on Eternal Cremation, Sleepwalkers and The Lake of Burning Suffering were around before even I joined the band. Those were written in maybe 2005, before Pyrrah existed as Pyrrah. So, especially those two songs have gone through a lot of changes, and they went through many different drummers. They went through a few vocalists before they found me, and the writing of those songs took forever. And then when we finally got around to recording them, once we finally had a full lineup, of course, the process took quite a while, especially George, our guitarist, who was not quite happy with especially solos. So that took several months on his part especially. But we're decently happy with it now, but we've improved the songs further since.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And we definitely think we can do much better in the future.
Can you tell us the story behind the cover album art of Eternal Cremation of the woman holding the skin goat?
Ah, yes, Jessica Joy. She was a performance artist who I saw at Nuit Blanche 2007, I believe it was. Nuit Blanche is a kind of all-night art thing that happens in Toronto every year. And anyways, she was walking around doing this art piece, and I was obviously drawn to her, you know, a woman carrying a skinned goat, and there she is in a wedding dress. It was just, you know, something that I'd be drawn to. And it helps that I'm a photographer. That's my profession and what I'm studying and such. So anyways, that's where I found her. And later I was talking to the guys, and they were very interested by... Okay, so I told the guys about the pictures I had taken, and they were really interested. And once I showed it to them, we knew that this had to be the album cover. So I got in contact with Jessica Joy, who is the artist, and she was thrilled to have her work out there as well. And she explained to me what the piece was about. It was a piece about forbidden love and how society would shun her for being in love with this skinned goat. It's kind of like a scapegoat. It's a very interesting story when you talk to her and discuss it with her.
Do you think that in the future you can get in touch with her again and perhaps do a video with her?
Maybe. I've actually been in touch with her, and in my personal work, plan to work with her on some stuff.
Awesome. We can look forward to that for sure.
I'm definitely looking forward to working with her again, or actually working with her as opposed to watching her.
Right. That's even better.
Yeah.
Are you working on a full-length CD at the current time?
We are writing songs towards being able to have a full-length CD. We would love to, but we're not quite ready yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I understand Pyrrah has faced many challenges through lineup changes, but can you tell us briefly a little bit about the band members? Do they share the same influences for their music, and do they like to experiment and try new things to their sound?
We definitely all have different influences. Dave, our bassist, is a lot more into black metal. I'm the one who's more into death metal, and our drummer, Glenn, is into more new metal type things, and then George is into all kinds of stuff. So we definitely have various influences which come together to make a sound that is not death metal, it's not black metal, it's not new metal, it's not metalcore, it's something completely different. And so we're definitely open to experimenting because there's nothing really for us to copy, you know.
How have your live shows been? Are you receiving a great turnout of fans attending?
The live shows, I think the performances were great. I think right now the economy, even though it's getting better, has been turning away a lot of people from shows, especially when they are more expensive. Like, we just played with God Dethroned, and tickets were $25, and some people told me, they were saying, I would have loved to go, but I just couldn't afford it. So turnout has been okay, but not the best.
Well, 2009 seems to be a busy year for the band. So far to date, which has been your favorite venue?
Our favorite venue? Oh, goodness. We have experienced a lot of really bad venues.
Oh, not good.
I won't say which one's the worst, but we've had a lot of bad experiences with venues.
Oh,
but I'd say, well, they're not the best venues out there, but they're probably the best we've played would be the Cathedral and the Annex Rec Room.
Do you have any upcoming shows?
At this point in time, we don't actually have any upcoming shows. We are open to promoters asking us to do shows. Right now, I think we're trying to concentrate a lot more on writing and hopefully eventually getting full length out there.
If Pyrrah had the chance to perform live anywhere in the world, which country or place would they like to tour to first?
Sweden. Straight down Sweden. I know the whole band wishes we lived in Sweden. The metal there is amazing. What we hear, the people are amazing. And a lot of our favorite bands, our influences are from Sweden. So
It's a good country to be in. A lot of bands are saying Japan. I don't know why. It seems strange.
I've heard some mixed feelings about touring in Japan. I have friends who have toured Japan, and it was the crowds were great, but they were having issues with promoters, and it was a little difficult.
That's not good. Are you signed to a record label currently?
No, we are not.
Okay.
We would love to be.
If you were to look for a record deal, what would you look for? Major marketing, major distribution and support? Tour support?
Definitely support. We don't have very much money. We would love to get out there and tour. We just really want to do this for the fun. We're not into it for the money, even though we don't have very much money, and we'd love to get out there and tour, but we just can't right now because of financial reasons. I think if we were signed to a label, it would we would have so much more fun, I think, being able to get out there and meet people and promote the band and just play shows in places other than Toronto and the surrounding region.
It's always more interesting when you get to travel.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'd love to travel the world.
And Pyrrah seems to be excellent in when they're with other bands and playing like with a bunch of bands together.
Yeah, we've played quite a few festivals in the area. We did Hamilton Death Fest. We just played Kitchener's Day of Darkness last Saturday, where there was, I believe, 10 or 12 bands played that. We played what they call Extermination Day, which was maybe 7, 8 bands. We did that 2 years in a row here in Toronto. Yeah, we've done quite a few shows with lots of other bands.
And meeting these bands and networking with them helps your band get your name out there and meet other bands to tour. You know, you never know what potential opportunities can come up from that or spawn from that.
Yeah, definitely. We get to meet some great people in the other bands, and the fans of the other bands. We get to meet some great people. obviously, when there's fans for some other band, they don't necessarily like your stuff as well, but there are always those people who came out for another band, they'd never heard of you, and then they watch your performance, and you have a new fan right there.
That's awesome. For sure. Is Pyrrah on any other networking sites like Facebook, Reverb Nation, and Twitter?
We have a Facebook page, but it's not updated very often. Our main two sites are our MySpace site, so myspace.com/PyrrahBand, and our website, Pyrrah.ca, which are updated frequently.
Oh, yeah. It takes a lot of work to keep them fresh and new, and having people to drive people more to the sites all the time. You have to keep it interesting for sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, we just had our MySpace page completely redesigned, and very happy with it.
Yeah, I like the new look.
Yeah, it looks great. I'm thrilled with it.
It represents the album excellent.
Yeah, thank you.
And the website's good. Are you going to be putting more videos on the website and making it more like a social networking site in the future?
It's a possibility. I've been thinking of adding a video section. It's more that I'm the one who has designed the website, who has put it all together, and I'm not a web designer. So I now have to redo everything if I want to put in a video section. And so maybe eventually down the road, if we can afford it,
yeah, it takes time.
Have someone else work on it as well.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of work. I know where you're coming from. Yeah. Before we wrap up our interview, does the band have anything to say to fans or friends?
Well, thanks to all our friends, to everyone who has supported us. You're the ones who keep us going out there and playing. We love meeting new people, and we appreciate everything that you have done for us, and we hope to see and meet more of you in the future.
Thank you, Christine, for taking the time out of your busy schedule to complete our interview. Horns high, you rock.
Oh, thank you.